Welcome back to 101 Sports. I'm now joined by our own personal bracketologist, Joey Ecrodino. Joey, it's a magical month of March.
Yes.
And before we get to the big dance, let's talk about the smaller but not less important dances.
Yeah.
Still important dances in each respective conference. We're going to start with the ACC. How do you see this one going?
Well, you know, it's a big deal in the little conferences, these conference tournaments, win and you're in, but it's also a big deal in conferences like the ACC. The ACC tournament is a big deal to some teams, these bubble teams. I'm going to look at the top, though. Who's going to win this league? I'm looking at a team named the Duke Blue Devils. Now, yes, they just suffered a tough loss to the North Carolina Tar Heels, their arch rival, 81-67. And at this point in the season, it seems like North Carolina is the better team. However, traditionally, Duke and Mike Krzyzewski value the ACC tournament much more than Roy Williams does. Roy Williams thinks the ACC tournament is somewhat of a cocktail party. He focuses more on the NCAA tournament. Because of that, I see Duke winning the ACC tournament this year. Interesting.
So Roy Williams doesn't take it quite as seriously.
No, he does not.
You like the defending champs in the ACC. Let's move to the Big 12.
Yeah.
Do you have a little bit of an upset here coming?
There could be several upsets in the Big 12 this year. Certainly Kansas and Texas, to a lesser extent, have dominated the conference. Kansas in particular looks like a national championship favorite. But there are so many talented, underachieving teams in the Big 12 this year. I think it's a conference tournament ripe for an upset. You look at a team like Kansas State, hot right now. You look at a team like Baylor, another very talented team. There will be an upset. Nebraska, Colorado, they need wins to get into the Big 12 tournament as well. I think you could see Kansas get knocked off. You could see a Texas get knocked off. Wow. That is certainly a conference tournament to keep an eye on.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's move from that, where you see an upset maybe happening.
Yes, definitely.
To a conference where anyone could win. It probably wouldn't be a surprise to anyone. The Black and Blue division, the Big East.
Yeah.
Who do you see coming out of this free-for-all?
Eric, the Big East is nuts this year. We have so many good teams. You have at least 11 teams who could earn a March Madness bid. So you look at a team that could possibly win this tournament. In order to do this, you're going to need consistent scoring throughout because you'll need to win multiple games in a row. How do you get consistent scoring? That's low post play. So who has the best big man in the Big East? In my mind, it's Rick Jackson of Syracuse.
Oh, wow, okay.
This guy averages about 14 points a game, 11 rebounds per game. I don't think he can be stopped for multiple games in a row. Yes, Pitt won the Big East, and yes, Notre Dame has all the momentum right now and all the publicity, but Syracuse could very well make a deep run and perhaps win the Big East tournament, putting them in line for something as high as a 2 seed in the NCAA tournament.
Wow, interesting. BC, it's all about who stays the freshest throughout the same. With so many teams in that tournament, maybe the teams that get the double bye may have, the advantage.
Exactly. Otherwise, we'll get beat up.
Yeah. Now let's move to a slightly less dense competition, maybe in the SEC. It's been 2 or 3 teams all season long. Who do you see coming out of there?
To me, the storyline in the SEC has been and always will be the Kentucky Wildcats. They are the most talented and youngest team. John Calipari's crew has been the enigma of this season and the SEC. They've won all their SEC home games, but only managed 2 SEC road wins. But now is the time for the Wildcats. They just knocked off Tennessee in Knoxville. If they are going to make a run in the NCAA tournament, and believe you me, they have the pieces to do it. It starts in the SEC tournament. If they can string together wins and win that tournament, that says a lot. They'll have momentum going into the big dance.
Wow, maybe even over the experience of Florida.
Yeah, for sure. I think they're more talented. I really do.
Well, that always seems to be the thing with Calipari teams. They seem to mature later on in the season. Let's move to the division I know I want to hear about. I think all of our viewers do also. The Big Ten. Who's coming out of the North?
Look out for Purdue and Wisconsin. Those teams have been a little bit undervalued this season, over the course of this season. Yes, Purdue just suffered a tough loss to Iowa, and Wisconsin just got blown out by Ohio State. But each of them could make a run in this tournament. Purdue could still earn a 2 seed in the big dance. Wisconsin could earn a 3 seed. But at the end of the day, it is all about the Ohio State Buckeyes, led by their center, Jared Sullinger. I mean, this guy has tiger blood. I don't even think he's from this particular terrestrial realm. He makes all the other centers in college basketball look like droopy-eyed, armless children. See, he's so good. And you know what? Because of him, Ohio State, they win here, they win there. They won the conference. They're going to win the conference tournament, earn a 1 seed in the big dance.
Wow,
winning.
Charlie Sheen should call you up and get some royalties off of
Appreciate that.
all of those. Yeah, Ohio State, it's balanced as it gets. I happen to agree with you, as you might expect.
Yes.
I'm a big Buckeye fan. But once again, it's time to take a quick break. But when 101 returns, we'll move to the ice and break down the home stretch for the NHL season. Stay there.